Welcome back, Outlaws. On today's episode, we're going to be changing out our daytime running lights. We're going to be replacing the incandescent bulbs with these projector LED bulbs, so stay tuned. Man, I gotta wash the front of this truck. There's some serious bug carnage going on. This is going to be a quick and simple project with no tools required. We're going to start by removing this metal pin that holds the top headlight in. The pin rests in this plastic saddle that locks it in place. You're going to slowly move it over till you get to this section here. Turn it one way or the other and go under that plastic lip and pull directly straight out. You'll probably have to maneuver it around and wiggle it a little bit to loosen it up, but then it should come straight out. I'm trying to film and use one hand. It definitely helps to have both hands. Now that we have it out, we could set it aside in a safe place so it doesn't fall down in the engine compartment, and we can start to remove the headlight housing. We're going to gently wiggle this around a little bit and it should come right out. Now we're going to rest it up here on top, just out of the way. This will give us plenty of clearance to reach down where the bulb's located. After locating the housing, which is right here, there's a small plastic tab right here that you're going to want to push in before you start to turn and remove the bulb. Due to heat from the light bulb and never being taken out, some of these tend to be a little tight, so be patient and gently twist and it should come right out. I'm going to push this tab in and gently turn it as not to crack the plastic while taking it out. As you can see, there's no need to remove the lower lamp housing to perform this task. Looking a little closer, I could see the discoloration right here, and that's due to the heat from the bulb. These bulbs run pretty much all the time. Here's a closer shot so you can see the darkening. If your plastic is darkened like mine, you want to remove the bulb very carefully so that you don't crack the socket. Taking a closer look, you can really see how cooked this socket is. The LED lights should have a lot less heat and prevent this from getting any worse. Moving over to the driver's side, we're going to repeat the same process. When setting these lamp housings up and out of the way, you want to make sure that you protect these little wires and don't stretch them too far so that they come undone. We're going to repeat the same thing on this side, gently pushing that plastic tab in while turning. That was a lot easier using two hands this time. The plastic on this socket is also darkened by the heat. Looking at this bulb, you can also see where it's gotten a little hot too. You're going to want to inspect your socket and make sure that there's no damage before you put your new bulbs in. I chose these bulbs because they have a projector front. Most of these just have the LEDs around the side, which doesn't provide you that light going forward. We're going to go ahead and gently push the new bulb in. You may have to try it one way or the other, but it should click and go right in place. Here's a closer look at that plastic tab that you'll be pushing in when you remove it. Also, check your little gaskets here. When you put this back in, it should seal nice and tight. This will help prevent getting moisture inside your lamp housing. Now it's time to reinstall the headlamp housing. You're going to go ahead and reinstall it just the way you took it out. With a slight bit of wiggle, it should fall right in place. Taking your pin, you're going to want to go ahead and put it back in just the way you took it out, wiggling it a little bit so that the holes line up, and it should go right through the holes and lock the headlamp in place. At this point, you want to turn it over and make sure it snaps into that little saddle so that your headlamp won't move and your pin won't fall out. A good rule of thumb is to not really touch the lamp itself because the oils from your hands may cause damage to the bulb. Go ahead and slip this in the same way. You may want to turn it around just like I had to do here so that it fits properly. It should click right in place. Some sources say that you don't have to worry about touching the LED bulbs, but I don't want to take a chance, so I used the plastic to hold it while I put it in. Reinstall it and turn it till you hear that click. Okay, now it's time to reinstall this lamp housing. Remembering also to take this one and click it down in the saddle. Let's take a closer look and see what these look like after they've been installed. These are the exact lamps that I used. I'm sure they're going to run a lot cooler and a lot brighter. Now that we've got everything buttoned up, let's go ahead and close the hood. Now we're just going to wait for nighttime and test them out and see how they look. Here's a before shot with the old incandescent bulbs, with the one burned out and the one remaining that was still working. Now let's check the new lights out and compare them to the old. Those are pretty bright. These should run a lot cooler while providing a ton more of light. Next, let's check them out and see what they look like against my ugly garage door. That'll work. They're a lot more brighter than the original stock bulbs. If you found the information in this video useful, please consider subscribing to the channel, sharing the video, and giving us a like. And if you really want to help the channel grow, please hit that thanks button. It really helps us out a lot. And once again, thanks for watching.